I see this woman standing over the sink, head slightly ajar. However, as to what is on her mind, we still cannot readily assume. So we theorize nakedly about this woman and find her cloistral consciousness has sensed our observation. In response, it awakens its tongue, speaks of injustices as if a plea to us could move us. One cannot put a finger on them. She's waited a long time to be free and has not been freed. Began a while ago to shrink her person into externalities like the twittering of her clonus, noticed by our busy friends now tenfold after the deduction was made. Fascination with life as it is simply because it is life is not enough. But it is at least something. Such is the succor against her pessimism. Nonetheless makes her nervous. She clenches the porcelain berms of the sink. Unfortunately, she is, in general, more aware of pessimism. And down the chute of the flask is like entering the nave of her discontent, and the whiskey burns more uniquely in her throat. Perhaps that is why she keeps on drinking, dreads return to the debacle, that unamazing type of burn. She feels her weensy life burning. It is not preferable. She sighs like dead wind, as if all air were spurious, and wind, the distortion of the bare bones of wind. Now, contemplating the cancerous offal that collects in the ashtray on the table next to her bed, or from the kitchen she had seamlessly moved, so that nothing need be elaborated in terms of sense of place besides the simple statement of place. The two different parts of the house she had moved one from the other, as I have said, seamlessly. It were almost fact that between going these two images of locations she does not fully exist. Beaten the stuffing from the day. The riddle ameliorates like her hands over her face. As she sits like that on the side of the bed, this is not enough. And that is something called, a little piece called Slow Death. Oh, she has a very morbid title. Hold on. But gets me thinking, loneliness is like a slow death. I mean, I guess it's more like loneliness is, it's weird because when you're not lonely, it's like you never were lonely. And I guess you could say that about any emotion. When we feel it at the time, it's as though we had always felt it. As though we had always felt this way. And I guess that's kind of funny. I mean, that's just my appraisal, but I guess the reason we can feel things, the reason when we feel things, those things seem so permanent, is because we're almost trapped in feeling those things. We're trapped in the eternity of that emotion. That emotion always seems like it was always there. And that's why we are able to give some truth to it. Because it seems like it was always there. But we feel different things. Sometimes we're sad, sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're everything in between. Sometimes we're depressed. I don't know. But, and sometimes we're ecstatic. Sometimes we're really happy. And in those extremes, once we reach them, we reach that eternal emotion. So that it seems like we had always been ecstatic, or had always been really depressed. It seems more real to us because it's almost as if there's nothing else. Anyway, I don't know. There it is.